Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl on EA Sports. Coming up, the AFC, riding a 3-game winning streak, gets set to take on a hungrier group of rivals from the NFC. I'll check you again at halftime. But for the call of the Pro Bowl, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's the 47th meeting of the AFC and the NFC as they battle in the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
15-1.
Cook off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
To try again after the sack. Cook. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. D. Ford. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to.
And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking. You rarely call your punter.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. To throw is Cook on first down. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Back to throw. Cook. This will be caught by Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cook to throw again. And this is caught. It's Edelman. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Here's Cook from the gun on 3rd down. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Benjamin Watson there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So the AFC, remember, of course, they... So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. Cook now, throwing on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Antonio Brown, 75 yards. And the AFC has taken the lead. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework.
We pick it up 2nd quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive. Cook, off play action. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Cook. Going to throw again. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt.
So we are in the 2nd quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Cook. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Looking to throw. Cook. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now Cook on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Cook throwing again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick, trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this 3rd quarter. Cook now on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught at the 25. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC adds on to their lead. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want...
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Cook throwing on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. To throw is Cook. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A big kick there. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. On 1st and 10, Cook. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Joe Mixon. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. I got you. Look. Squeeze. Check. Fight.
On first down, Mixon fighting him off. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. So the AFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch twins. You gon' take.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Let's go.
Still first down.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Check safety.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Go now. 90 Wolf. Hey, lock it. 54.
Tight guard. Check. Lucky.
Get it.
Again, it's Mixon. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been terrific so far. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody. Spin scouting comes down to this. Start the draft whenever you're